All right, man. I don't want to delay it anymore because I'm pretty pumped, as you can see by the outfit. I'm in full cowboy rager mode. I can't wait to. I've been planning my. I didn't drink last weekend when we went out for Halloween.
That's
I didn't
right.
drink.
I peeped that.
I was on my ginger ales.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're ordering drinks. You're like, yo, you want anything? I was like, yo, can you order me a ginger ale? And you just look back and go, yo, seriously? I was
Not
like, yeah,
even a
man.
water, a ginger ale.
So I had like 2 ginger ales and like 2 waters when we went out because I know this weekend I'm going to get blasted.
Are you gonna wear that to the fights?
Yo, should I? Just be ready to just like pull guard.
There we go.
Yo, I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. And I want to start with your boy, Frankie Edgar,
That's my boy.
against my boy. Cheeto's my guy. I really like Cheeto. What do you think what do you think about this fight, man? Is this like I don't want to say retirement, but like how much more does Frankie Edgar have left?
I don't know. After that last fight against Corey Sandhagen, like that changes your life. Those kind of knockouts, and he's like at the tail end of his career.
And
He just turned 40.
Isn't he? I believe he's top 5 all time, or he might be number 1 in ring time.
Yeah, his cage time is OD.
It's wild.
Yeah, if you go back to like his fights with Gray Maynard, he was knocked down. Like those are all time fights. Like if you want to get someone to the UFC, watch.
Wasn't it a
Frankie
trilogy?
Gray too. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
it was-
I think it was a trilogy, or was it 2?
Might have been 2.
I think it might have been 2. But yo, those fights are insane. But yeah, man, I hope he wins. Like I love Frankie Edgar. He's 1-1, controversial one. He beat Munoz in that main event, Pedro Munoz.
Yeah.
And then he obviously got knocked out by Corey Sandhagen. And if he won that Sandhagen fight, possibly in line for a title shot. But yeah, he's 1-1 at bantamweight, which is odd, yo. His career trajectory from like lightweight champion, like everyone you know, besides him and I guess Jose Aldo, but a lot of people go up in weight as they get older. This dude dropped 2 weight
Went
classes.
down, yeah.
Yo, 55 to 35. That's nuts. But yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. I think it really is gonna be a great fight. Like I hope it's a 3-round war, and I hope Frankie Edgar is not so chinny after that knockout. I mean, that was a flush knee. Like that was a great strike from Corey Sandhagen, fucking flying knee up the middle. But Cheeto too, man. I feel like Cheeto just hasn't gotten that big break yet. Like he beat O'Malley, which was huge, but controversially, right? Like he broke his leg, O'Malley, in the fight. Then he gets Jose Aldo, which was like a nice step up for him. He lost by decision, and he lost Song Yadong by decision. So every time I feel like Cheeto's ready to take that leap, he just can't get over the hump. And Frankie Edgar could be that hump for him, because I think Frankie Edgar's still top 10 in the rankings right now. So that'd be huge for him. Like he needs a signature win. Granted, you could say, like I said, O'Malley is that win on his resume, but other than that, like what has he done? He's coming off a nice win over Davey Grant, who won 3 in a row before that. So this win for Cheeto could like put him back in the mix of the top 10.
Yeah, Cheeto. I remember I bet him against Sean O'Malley just because.
So did I.
He was on a win streak, and this was like a huge test for Sean O'Malley.
Right.
And I just felt like that line was too wide, right? Like there's a fight on this card that I'm going to bet the underdog because I think that line is just wrong. Especially when you add context
No free picks? Come
to
on.
the last time. Yo, I want to get to the preview. Let's get to something first.
You get me excited when you say you have a bet in place.
But I think with Marlon, man, I'm fascinated by this one. It's the opener too to the pay-per-view. So this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna go with Marlon though.
Yeah. I think Frankie, I hope he can like grapple him. Take him down a little
Home field
bit.
advantage for Frankie.
OD. It's gonna be crazy in there for him. It could be his last fight, possibly. You never know, yo. Once you get past 40, like anyone could be your last one. And you obviously want to go out with a win.
Yeah.
But I think he's still thinking title shot, which probably isn't gonna if I'm being honest, it's not gonna happen. He's gonna need to win a couple more. By that time he's gonna be 41, unless he pulls the Glover, some inspiration from last weekend.
Yo, wow.
Yo, if that's not inspiration right there for him to
Hashtag
get going.
narrative bets,
OD.
yo. The OGs.
But I think he's gonna have to mix in some takedowns to win that fight. Because if it stays on the feet, Cheeto's
Cheeto's really
long,
good.
man, and he's nasty. So
And he's durable too.
he is. But I'm gonna go with Frankie, bro. I can't pick against Frankie, and I think Frankie's a slight dog, right?
Yeah.
Was it like minus Cheeto's maybe minus 160, 180?
175 per
Somewhere.
win
Yeah.
bet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take Frankie, bro. I can't pick against Frankie. Come on.
Hard picks, right?
Comes out to Biggie too with the epic,
Yeah.
the run out, the wrestling run out like DC. Epic entrance. I'm hyped.
Yo, the next fight too is gonna be a banger, just because this guy always has exciting fights, and it was funny. We were talking about how Michael Chandler. I'm talking about Shane Burgos and Billy Q. They're fighting. Shane Burgos on the last embedded that he was on, the Oliveira Chandler card. Chandler comes up to him and goes, "This is my favorite fighter in the whole UFC." And Shane was like, "Oh shit, thanks, man." This dude's exciting, bro.
Yeah.
And even that last fight he had with Edson, weirdest knockout ever.
Yeah. I mean, it was more scary than anything.
Yeah,
I was watching.
I'd never seen that shit
I
before,
was like,
bro.
I hope this guy's like seriously okay. I've never seen anything like that.
If you guys didn't see that, I'm gonna find the clip. But they exchange, and then Burgos is like, just
He gets hit,
he gets hit, and then it's like
but he's there.
4 or 5 second delay, and then he starts fading back, and just slams off the cage. And Edson even it looked like he hit him, but it was more like spar hits.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was really just because he had to know that some shit
Something's
went down.
going on. Yeah, that was scary.
That was scary, and this is his first grab back, and he might be up there in the UFC as far as exciting fighters.
100%. I think we saw him fight in regional. Came from CFFC.
We saw him fight regional. We also saw him fight Calvin Cater again in
220. He was winning that fight 2-0.
Yeah,
and he got put out. Yo, same thing I said about Marlon Vera. You can say the same for Shane Burgos too. Like he hovers in 15 to 10 in the rankings, but he hasn't gotten over that hump. He fought Calvin Cater in Boston, lost. He fought Josh Emmett and lost, and Edson.
Yeah,
bro, he needs that one win to just I feel like put him over.
Do you think this one won't be it though? Because
it's not gonna put him over, but could get him right. I mean, Billy Q is an exceptional fighter. I'm not counting Billy Q out either. But
aren't they both New York guys?
Yeah, he's from New York, but he trains in Florida. Billy Q. But yeah, this is a
Quarantillo, by the way, for those wondering. I don't want to get those. You say his whole name, those kind of
Quarantillo.
Yeah. Yo,
but Quarantillo hasn't fought anyone the level of Shane Burgos, so
right.
It's gonna be an interesting
well,
fight. I got Shane by KO just because.
Yeah, they do that a lot though. They'll throw a guy who is experienced like Shane, and a guy coming up like Billy Q, Contender Series, no?
I think so, yeah.
And this will be
he won by knockout in the Contender.
So for Shane, it's like the vet who could derail some of that momentum, or Billy Q could use that name to springboard himself into the next tier of fighters in that division.
4-1 in the UFC.
Yeah.
So I mean, Billy Q's no slouch out there. I'm not counting him out.
Nah, but I think if it stands up, I think Shane's.
I'm a fan of Burgos too.
Yeah,
hometown guy. We've seen him fight several times. So, and like Chandler said, he's one of the most exciting fighters on the card. You know, you're getting a great scrap when he's in there.
Well, dude, this pay-per-view, the main card, worth the price of admission, worth the pay-per-view buy, because
easily worth the pay-per-view buy.
Those 5 fights all have finished potential, all have exciting fighters, every single one of them. This is a hell of a card, and I'm so pumped that we're going to be there. This fight, though, is the people's main event. Gaethje Chandler.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
What is it, minus 8 million that it goes the distance? Yo.
You mean plus 8 million that it goes the
distance.
Oh,
yeah, plus. Yeah.
Look at the gambling guy.
Yeah, snoozing. Actually, let me find it. Let me find the odds of that. But what do you think of this fight, man?
Yeah, I remember a couple years ago when Gaethje, when he debuted in the UFC. I mean, he came from World Series of Fighting.
Gaethje's minus 215. Stop, bro. There's easily a pick'em.
I mean, yeah, I don't know,
bro.
Chandler didn't. He looked great in the first couple minutes, but he gassed pretty hard. I guess adrenaline dump against Charles put him down too.
Yo, I am shocked at these odds. I can't believe it. I didn't know this. I thought it was pick'em, because so we're recording this on Tuesday, right? You guys are gonna hear this Wednesday evening, but I usually put my DFS lineups in. I first open it up DraftKings on Tuesday afternoon. That's when the slate goes up. I haven't looked at the pricing, but I would just assume this is the 8,200, 8,000 fight, easily. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that's a mistake, man.
Yeah. Now it's a mistake. Wait till Gaethje puts it on him. No, I'm kidding. But I remember, as I was saying, a couple years ago, when Gaethje broke into the UFC, he was fighting Michael Johnson, Eddie Alvarez, Poirier. Like, remember how crazy those fights were? How many strikes he took? And this guy's gonna be done in a couple fights in. Like, we want to see Gaethje to the ground. So I remember he said that too. He's like, I got maybe like 1 or 2 left in me.
And also
because of the way I'm fighting.
The Ferguson fight, he got dropped also.
Yeah.
And that was
uppercut.
I mean, he got the better of Tony. That ended the Tony Ferguson that we knew. Fight. Like,
so I was like, I'm dying to see a Gaethje fight. We went to Philly. Nick was missing.
No, don't do this.
We went to Philly. He fought Edson.
The worst take of all time by me. Worst decision of all time.
Yeah, I don't want to go. Philly?
But like why I didn't go.
Yeah. I know.
So I had gotten tickets for the NYPD NYFD hockey game. FDNY, yeah.
NYPD.
It was the firefighters and the police officers hockey game.
With some of our friends, though. It was a group.
Yeah, it was a group. We all went. But the fact that it's the
but
crew.
They were cheap. It was like it was like $30 or something.
Yeah,
right? It wasn't nothing
but the
crazy.
crew it's you, Josh, and Eric.
Yeah.
Like that's who we're going to the fight with this weekend.
Right.
And like this is our crew. We went to Boston together. We do the MSG cards, the Barkley cards, all of them. And I passed on this so I could go to the hockey game.
The Reno came.
Yeah, you guys don't let me live that down.
OD. Same way I don't let Josh. I don't let Josh live it down for not coming to
Toronto.
I forgot what number that was. 231.
Yeah.
Santos fought Jimmy Manuel. Was a good fight. But anyway, so I was like, I want to go see Gaethje fight. I was like, he's saying this shit like, can you be my last fight? Any fight? He knocked out Edson, and we had good ass seats too. We were sitting on the floor. Yeah, Nick don't want to come though. Never enough.
Never good enough.
And anyway, we were sitting by the exit. He's walking out like his nephew in his arm. Eric offers him a beer. He's like, nah, dude, nah. Yeah, that was a great time. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked for this, bro. Like Chandler's 1-1 with a insane knockout against Hooker. I bet Hooker that fight. I was like, Hooker's gonna welcome in, knee up the middle, he's gonna shoot. Nah, bro, he put Hooker to sleep. And then he had his massive moment against Charles for the chip. I thought he was on his way to a title. Cut a great promo, by the way, after the Hooker fight. Like,
Yep.
See you at the top. Almost was at the top, and now he's still right there. And bro, this fight, if there was any fight at lightweight that like a dream matchup, I think this is it. Like two guys who are willing to stand and bang. Both have elite wrestling backgrounds, so you doubt it's going to go to the floor just because like the respect they have for each other's wrestling. So, yeah, man, this fight, for as long as it goes, I think it's going to be epic.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think for this fight, though, just screams a finish.
It could be over in 10 seconds. It could be over in the I'm tired it's not 5 rounds, to be honest. Like, I just want it to be, just have that in case it does go that far. But it could be over in 10 seconds. It could be over at 4:59 of the third round.
Nah, I'll be shocked if it gets out the
they're
first,
both,
man.
They're durable, man.
Yeah, but
maybe not so much Chandler, but Gaethje's fucking durable.
Yeah.
And his leg kicks are disgusting.
Well, you know what? It could be something where in the first round, Gaethje maybe just like weathers the storm. Like you said, Chandler gasses.
No shot.
Nah, right?
Gaethje's not weathering any storm.
Yeah. He is the storm.
He is the storm.
Nah, man, but that fight is... I'm the most excited for that one. I really am. That one is, like you said, it's the dream. We always, the wrestling term, fantasy book, right? Like Covington Masvidal, or you want to see Nate Connor 3, or you want to see all these like fantasy matchups. And this is one that you would have as a fantasy matchup. We're going to get it.
And it's like as great as a table setter as you can get for the title fights, too.
Oh, yeah. Dude, what about Trevor Whitman?
I feel like that's not being talked about enough. He's scoring 3 straight fights.
You
and
kidding
the highest
me?
level of fights.
Every single one is either number 1 contender or title fights.
Yeah.
And take twos also, right? Like it's part 2, Whaley, Rose.
And he
Covington.
only trains those 3 fighters.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
That's so gangster, bro. That's his team. That's his team.
He has like an hour and a half of straight cornering. I would have a heart attack if I were him.
And what about like balancing the highs and the lows if like Gaethje gets finished?
Right,
and then now you gotta you can't even dwell on that because now you gotta go into Rose. The last time at least it was like Rose had the knockout and then Usman gets the knockout like back to back. Like that's a perfect dream scenario.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
Shouts to Trevor Whitman though, man.
Yeah. And every time like you see him on an embedded or he used to appear on some cards like
I was gonna say
Dean
he's like,
Thomas.
yeah.
Dean Thomas kind of took that role, but He's like always mad, like easy going, like free spirited. It seems like he's always like good energy and shit. I've never seen that dude negative. Did you watch the Embedded, by the way?
I watched the first one. Yeah.
I think with Gaethje running up the hill.
Yeah. With the fan.
Yo, he's insane. 1.6 thousand feet of elevation gain in like 2 miles, less than 2 miles.
Yeah.
He's running and he's on the floor. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have made it.
And also like
feet up.
not even on the floor.
Also in Denver, by the way. Like,
Yeah, but not on the floor, on the shoulder.
Nah, yeah, in the middle of
Like
the
in
road.
the middle.
Trevor's like, yeah, he's all right. Just give him a second. He'll take a picture.
Yo, so do you remember what the odds were for Weili Rose the first time?
Weili was probably like minus 200.
Weili was minus 210. Rose was plus 175. Do you know what the odds are now for this
Can I
fight?
just say women's MMA has like the wildest odds? I remember when Weili fought Andrade, and in China, by the way, she was like plus 240. Eric's like, yo, we should just throw money. Who knows? It's women's MMA. Anything can
it's
happen.
also in her
There's
home.
no, like, aside from Amanda Nunes, I mean, there's a few, I guess. But like, there's at 15, there's no dominant. Like, when was the last time someone had a run at 15 besides Joanna? Like, since Joanna.
Yeah. Well, it's been them two, right?
Yeah.
And like Andrade.
Andrade won the title, yeah.
But even so, like Andrade, when she beat Rose, lost that first round.
Yeah.
And then
slammed
gets
her.
the slam, and then she loses her next fight to Weili. These two are the class of that division, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That's why this fight made sense to run
guess.
back.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
I can actually watch this fight this time.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need to look away.
Oh my god!
But yo,
I'm still mad about that. By the way,
do you know what the odds are for this fight?
I'd hope like close to a pick 'em.
It's essentially a pick 'em. Minus 105 for Rose, minus 110 per the WinBet app for Weili. Now, think about it. Weili was such a big favorite in that last fight. Gets caught by a crazy kick. Well executed.
I feel like it's disrespectful to say gets caught. Like she did get caught, but it was like just it was
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
That's why well executed.
well executed.
So now I want and need Rose to win for conversations we've had. Can't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
announce anything, but I'm worried about this fight, man. And I don't like when it's a rematch and the odds were so skewed in one direction the first time, then that person wins. Now it's
Convincingly too.
yeah. Yeah. So how do you feel?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a better fight just because Weili too moved her fight to Fight Ready. I think that's the fight that Henry Cejudo's cam and Coach Eric. I saw Coach Eric in Barclays Center at that January card too. Yo, he's
Oh yeah, the Brazilian
this
dude with
big.
the glasses,
Yeah,
right?
he's smaller than Cejudo, and Cejudo's tiny.
Yeah.
But Coach of the Year, Coach E. But yeah, he's coaching Weili now, and yo, anyone who goes to like Fight Ready, like Cejudo's there, like that gym supposed to like change people's lives. Like Eric Anders has looked good since he went there. There's a couple other good fighters there. It's also like a relatively small camp, and Cejudo's like coaching now, making a comeback, coaching whatever he's doing. Like who better to learn from than him, an Olympian and freaking double champ in the UFC. So I don't know. I'm expecting like a much better fight. I don't think Weili's gonna get caught. And I'm hoping we see like a Joanna Weili like you saw, because that fight it's like untouchable in women's MMA. It's like the best women's fight of all time, easily. So I'm hoping we see something close to that.
Yeah, it has
which
to
I
be.
think these two women could put on a fight at that level.
Yeah. Dude, does any sport do a better job of marketing women's sports than the UFC?
Nah, probably
Bro,
not.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
The card that she was on, the fights I was most excited for were the women's fights.
yeah,
It was Rose, Weili, and it was Valentina and Andrade.
yeah.
It's like they do an amazing job. I think other leagues should take notes of this because they have them on the marquee. They're featured in the embeddeds,
Right.
the ads,
The video packages.
the video
are through the
packages.
roof.
Shouts to WWE. They really birthed all these video packages, though. 100%. Or you disapprove?
I don't know. Shout out to Paulo Costa.
Shout out to Paulo Costa. Who you got in this fight, though? You gonna break my heart with this pick?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping for a 5-round war, but I'm going to go with Weili. I think she exacts revenge. It's weird because I say convincingly, like, the odds, but, like, the fight never really got going in terms of, like, how do you, line this fight when you don't really know what to expect from the Weili side, aside
Yeah.
you saw that one strike and she
Got
knocked
finished
out.
in, what, a minute 10?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't looking.
But yeah, the fight. I mean,
Fight over was before I could even put it on for me.
Yeah.
I had to tell Nick something quick.
Can't take
Missed
your eyes
the whole
off the
fight,
TV.
yo.
Can't take. Question: if you're right, Weili wins. Trilogy?
Maybe 115. I mean, Marina's right there too, but it's weird too because like Carlos Barza's up there, and like they're all managed by Sucker Punch too. So
Right.
I don't know what's gonna happen if it's a trilogy.
That's Jared's people, right?
Yeah, and like Carla already beat Marina. They fought already, so I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in the fight, like how the fight plays out. You know.
Well, I think if
Yeah. It's hard. I can't even say that because if Weili like knocks her out early, like,
That's
oh,
what
you
I was
got to
gonna
run it
say.
back.
You
'cause
gotta run it back.
It's going to be a
It's
similar
1-1.
situation.
Yeah.
And if it goes to like a 5-round war and Rose wins, maybe you could say like, all right, we'll put it to bed because
I think if Rose wins, you can't run it back.
put it to bed,
Yeah.
put it to sleepy sleep.
Yeah, especially if she wins inside the
2-0.
distance.
Yeah,
2-0,
it's hard.
like because so here's the thing. If Rose wins inside the distance, you can't say last time was a fluke. And then if she wins a 5-round war, it's like, yo, they went the
It's probably
distance.
convincing,
Yeah, she dominated and she won. You know, like
What about a split?
that's what I was gonna bring up. In the event that it goes 5 rounds and it's a split decision, then you can make the case.
You're on board?
If Rose wins that, then I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, it's similar to why I would love to see Volkanovski and Holloway go again.
All right. That's another 2-0 trilogy.
But
Max has fought his way back though. Like Weili hasn't, you know?
Right.
That's another like wrinkle in the mix.
Yo, shout out to guys like Max, Whitaker,
Poirier too, man.
Poirier, who get a title shot, lose,
Don't even ask for it back. They're just like, yo,
and
just
they're
give me
like,
the next
yo,
guy,
what's
man.
next? Give me a top guy, and
Yeah.
bang, I go right back through it.
And I run through them.
And you run through them, and then
Yeah.
there's no case to be made against you to not have a title fight.